Welcome to Warriors Abyss. I am Rogue Dubs. We are doing our first challenge run after the return. This is from Walliot. You've probably seen in the comments leaving challenges. He's one of the more prolific challenge posters. Appreciate that. So this one is a doozy. It's called Asocial Maverick. We're trying to win the run with as few characters as possible. We're playing as Zhonghui Transcended on Traversal 5. We cannot use the record that makes King Cauldron stop appearing. We can't take damage on purpose. Memories of the Dead that cost health are not allowed to be taken. There's a priority for portals, Tears of Blood first, Karma Embers, Peach Trees, then Saplings. So in other words, if there's anything that's not a crystal sapling, we have to go to it. Other than, he didn't put King Cauldron there, so I'm going to not go to King Cauldrons. We can purchase formations. Missions in danger zones have priority for crystal saplings. Our formation has to be empty, of course, so we can't use any summon skills, which is the big problem, obviously. Got to take Compass if we see it. No Dake Ding Vessel, Mirror for Beast, or T-Bowl, so no extra Muso or symbol charging while eliminating portals. That would kind of defeat the purpose. And we can't use any randomly acquired crystal beads, which is going to be a little annoying if I get one. I hope I don't get one, to be honest. So positives for this challenge. Zhonghui is at level 579 because I used him a lot during the speed run because he has Penetrating Blade as his summon skill. My Record of Sin, I chose this one. It gives me plus 48 attack, plus 25 speed. Would have liked some health, but this effect is too good. We get 50% attack bonus with skill characters when attacking barriers. He does have skill and wisdom. I think barriers is going to be the biggest problem for us. Going to make it take the longest. Yeah, this is brutal. So Zhonghui has the effect where if we don't get hit, we get a 3% attack bonus. If we clear of phase without taking damage, we get an extra portal. We charge Muso when we acquire XP, and we get more XP when we defeat enemies with Muso attacks. So obviously my thought is that we'll be focusing on getting vigor, skill, and wisdom emblems, lean on our Muso charging, and lean on our Muso attack. That's my thinking of how this is going to go. Try to get as much attack as we can from vigor, and I don't know what we're going to do about attributes really, but the positives of this challenge are that we don't care who is actually in the portals. We just want people that, so like in this situation, I'm just going to take the strength. We're not trying to find anybody for any synergies. All we care about is what they have on their symbol here. So I'm going to take Kanbei. And then I believe I can just press one button to remove him. Isn't that right? No, I can't. I do have to take them out manually every time. So we do have only saplings here. I'm going to go Vigor, of course. I'm probably going to be pretty generous with rerolls, considering that it does not matter, who we're taking. Yoshihiro Shimazu would probably be one of the better outcomes here. I've got Muso. I should use Muso as much as I can. I'm gonna keep taking Vigor. If we can get to, I want to get to raise attack 3 as soon as possible, because Tamahami is going to be, I think, pretty intense, potentially. So I'm going to take this for the defense. All right, so we got to go to the Peach Tree in our priorities here. We may end up with a lot of health. This is kind of similar to the worst decision. I left in Huang Zhang. I just won't summon him. Forgot to remove him. It's fine. This early, it doesn't really matter at all. It's not like I have any tactics active. He's doing nothing for me being there. So you know. All right, Karma Embers. Not bad, kind of nice, I guess. All right, so here I think we have to go Tears of Blood. Yeah, Tears of Blood. Which is funny. It's a funny thing to do. It's just a question of, you know, are we going to get lucky enough to get enough emblems for free that we, like this one, for instance. I'm taking a vulnerable evade at least. We probably are not going to take a whole lot of speed, especially if we have other options. All right, so we go missions is the thing we have to do here. Okay, you can't even use a symbol anyway if your tray is empty, so Mirror of Poor Beast doesn't really matter. Oh, okay, but it does take out that option from the summon pool. And I said that I wouldn't go to King Cauldron's, but I'm assuming that he did not mean to do that, and I'll go to them if I see them over a sapling. I'm sure he intended to say King Cauldron somewhere in the priorities. I mean, I get the priority right, but I will go to it over a tree if I see it. So Tears of Blood is the priority because it benefits us the least. That's why it's in the first priority. So I would imagine in that case that King Cauldron would be, I'm going to say before Peach Treats. All right, so I'm not supposed to take anything that makes me lose health, but I don't have a choice in this situation. Both of them do, so it's kind of whatever. I guess there was a chance that it wouldn't make me take damage, but I don't think it really matters. Other than the fact that I probably lost the little bonus to my attack. I honestly have no idea if that counts for it or not. We'll see. I was at 138. I'll check after this and see if it did matter. Take Dongjua out. He might have been in during that phase. Again, I'm not summoning anyone, even if they get stuck there by accident. Let's see if this goes to 141. It did not. Okay. I don't know what's up. So this is our first look at what it's like fighting a boss with no heroes. Right now, the damage is really good, obviously. I'm going to assume that my Muso does the most damage to him. I don't think that's true. I think I do more damage. Yeah, I definitely do. At least for right now, I definitely do more damage to him. This probably isn't going to be too bad. Let's farm some experience. I also may have been hit earlier. I don't really know. Yeah, 141. Okay, so now we know now that we're in that situation. We are receiving attack upgrades for not being hit. Alright, so a lot of worthless treasures here. Imperial Seal is pretty worthless. Sword is probably the best thing I could possibly get. I'm going to take the sword. Alright. Skill is great. That's awesome. And I might reroll to find Magoichi Saika for 2 skill here. And hopefully this treasure chest is going to give me something worthwhile, like an emblem. That would be the best. I'm trying to figure out which of these attacks charges my Muso the most. I'm going to do my Muso as much as possible to level up as much as I can. Tears of Blood, that's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Like, is it worth... Okay, that's definitely worth it. I'm going to take that. Okay, I cannot use this crystal bead, so I now have to say no every single time, which is going to be a little annoying. That's okay. All right, so Karma Embers is certainly less beneficial than a King Cauldron, so we will do that. Although I'm not sure how much the formations will help. I mean, I guess if I got hit. It's too bad. I guess if I get a lot of one attribute, that could be good, like to help me, you know, get more damage. Alright. So Charm, I think, is probably the most worthless thing I could have, so we're going to go to the other one. I think it would be too micro-y to try to prioritize exactly what tree I'm supposed to go to. I think that'd be a bridge too far for me, to be honest. And then, I mean, if you did that, it would just be, you know, the worst decision challenge, which I never cleared. Okay. Sumashira is pretty good here. Let's see if we can get something better. I'm gonna take the vigor. No. Alright. And the peach tree. I bet he would say King Cauldron is less helpful in this situation. I think it is. I mean, you know, why would you want, like, you know, more health or one of these? More health is probably better. So I think I might do Deer Antler here for some defense. I mean, I don't have any ice. I'm gonna take Deer Antler. And I might leave it on. And go for some bolts if I can find any. So Karma Embers is the one we have to go to. It's basically the worst decision challenge. I'll recall this mattering, so I'll just take the one that's the longest. Very nice. I think the 4 might charge it the most. I think it does. These challenges, too, could get pretty intense, I'm realizing. Yeah, because the scaling is already an issue, as you see. Yeah, I'm going to keep taking Wisdom for the Muso power eventually, although I'm starting to think that it's not very helpful. Okay, I think Karma, yeah, for sure Karma Embers is less helpful. The reason I thought that the King Cauldron was going to be less helpful than the Peach Tree is that there's so many formations that don't do anything for us, and they matter less. Just gonna remember that we do have Deer Antler, so maybe we'll take some bolts if we see it. Okay, we have our Muso. Nice. Nice. Okay. Very good. Raise attack 2, so we're at 40% bonus. Attack from Vigor. Karma Embers. Getting unlucky here with non-full whatever. And I see now why he said you can't get hit on purpose, because if I got hit on purpose, then I would only have 2 options from Zhonghui, so better chance to have only 2 crystal saplings that I see, so the chance of there being 3 is more likely. So I promise I'm not getting hit on purpose when I do get hit. Is the end of what I'm trying to say. I mean, these are all going to be honest hits when I get hit. It's a hard enough challenge, so, I mean, I'm not really that worried about it. But... yeah, this is pretty good damage. It's really the skill I'm really worried about right now. If we got the book that gives you 3 random skills, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I don't have... I'm gonna save my Muso for the ads. Some experience off of them. And my barrier damage is actually really good. Okay, let's get some kills here. Nice. I'm going to save this Muso attack for the next phase, because there's not many ads left. Nice. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good on damage. I mean, it helps, obviously, that this guy is max level. Where is this spot? Is it... I don't remember. Dang. Okay. Okay. So there's no... I don't have any thing saying I can't do this. But, you know, I'm really thinking that I can't activate a symbol. I'm gonna do Hishibi Disc. And we're gonna go for, like, really, really good heroes in each tree that we are offered. Even, I mean, we're not going to get many offerings for trees, but I think that's a pretty good thing to take there. I considered the green book, but the bonus recovery rate is going to not really make much of a difference, I don't think. This Muso is so strong. Oops, that was a big hit I just took. Muso attack power, nice. Oof. I promise I'm not trying to get hit when I get it. Because, I mean, I want to clear the challenge, and getting hit is obviously not ideal. Next. This might be hard to do. Just given, you know, that I have no summon skills, yeah. Having low speed makes that hard to dodge. So we can be really greedy on this sapling pick. Saika is what I wanted, so I'm gonna stick with that. So missions we're taking because it increases the risk, and also I love the bolt. I love that we're getting bolt here. I left Saika in by accident. His unique tactic is not active, and I cannot summon him. I won't summon him, so my apologies, I guess. The symbol will go away. The ability to assemble will go away, and I won't do it by accident. It's just difficult to remember. I'm sure you understand. It provides no benefit to me having him in right now. I have not summoned him at all. Oh. Yeah, see, I got hit for 135 range. So if I get hit twice like that, I'm dead. Very intense focusing going on. Not much commentary. My apologies. No. I'm going to take the flame because I would like to... Flame was one of the things I was thinking about. Would be nice to have as an effect if it just comes on every once in a while. Holding fan is attack. I don't think I'm going to be using that. This is about as good as it can get right here. No, I'm not allowed to do that. Okay. You two are coming out. So I have the 5% attack and the 5% defense. I'm going to keep the defense on because I'm getting hit so hard. I'm assuming the King Cauldron is what I'm supposed to do here, so I'm going to do it. I can't buy heroes, obviously. I can heal. That's cool. No. I'm going to buy Demon Eye just in case I get like a really good run of... I'm assuming that this is the best thing. This is the worst thing for me to do as opposed to taking more max health. Sure. So, Tears of Blood. That's a tough run of stuff I just got there. I'm going to do reducing enemies' defense. Yeah, only having one dodge makes not getting hit very difficult. There's some defense over there. Trust me, I don't want to get hit. Even if it does kind of help me by reducing the number of portals, giving me more chances to have just 2 saplings, I do not want to take this hit. Okay, we're getting closer to Vigor 12. It's tough, man. It is very tough. Should have taken Green Book. That extra experience on leveling up would have been... That extra healing on leveling up would have been great. This might be the end, to be honest. I may pass away here, to be honest. Alright. I'm going to play a little more patiently. Bolt for sure. Try to get these Sin Spewers to die, because they can drop more items. Like I'm playing Resident Evil instead of War's Abyss right now. What are you? Yes. Peach. Yeah, I think Green Book was the right... the Shibi Disc is gonna be nice. I haven't used it yet, but it will be good one of these times. Skeletal Griffin. Oh, boy. This may be the end right here. Look at all this. It is surely not intended that you have 0 heroes in this moment. Okay. Oh, he's gonna live. Still have time. The good thing is I'm getting a lot of experience here, but that's counteracted by how little few fights I've actually taken from how many things I was forced to do. Oof. This is rough. This is about as rough as it can be. Alright, Half Moon is pretty worthless. Okay, this is a blank tree. Yeah, we're just gonna roll for a bit here. No. That's pretty good. I don't think it's good enough. This, I think we're gonna take. A double. Because we're gonna need the Endure hit. I do believe. Okay, King Cauldron. Gotta go for it. I'm gonna heal myself first. I can't even use it, so why am I even thinking about it? Increase attack for Muso attacks by 20%. It does not really matter at all. I've got... Okay, I still have Deer Antler on. Good. Alright. I now have 2 random crystal beads, which is funny. We made it to Tamahami. You know, that's not bad for the first attempt at this. I am not certain this will be good enough to win, but this takes a lot of focus just because of how intense my this is feeling like it's going to take a long time. We may have to speed this up, just depending on how the attack looks. Once his barrier is down, I'll decide. Ah. Yeah, this is brutal. Not too bad. It's not as bad as Traversal 6 has been for me in the past, but
the Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Well, I got hit. I was going to hope that I could skip the whole fight without getting hit, but I did in fact get hit. So here we are. Not skip, but I mean I was playing something probably while in fast motion, just because it's a little tedious, you know. And that was a very silly mistake I just made. The thing about like these fights when they take so long is it's not really that so I can finish them before I start talking. It's not really that they are, you know, really difficult or anything. It's just that it's just a lot of time to stay focused. Like you can dodge all of the attacks. It's just a lot of time, and you know. Anyway, you're looking at the screen. You know what's going on. That was really silly. Okay, level up. Healed me. I knew that was coming. I may die. You know what? This is not a bad attempt. I love when he's not gold after that attack. I feel like he is sometimes, and other times he's not. Maybe he's not. Maybe he never is, and I'm just silly. Ooh. Almost got complacent there. Okay. Let's see if we can get something helpful here. Kampaito is really good. Cherry Blossom Armor may be better. I'm taking Cherry Blossom Armor. It's scary, but I'm taking it. All right, so with Vigor, we're going to go for Yoshihiro or Lubu. My Vigor is at what? I don't know yet. No Assemble, that's fine. Yeah, no Assemble is fine, obviously. Yeah, so we're at 7. So it's getting pretty dicey. There's a Peach up there. In the middle of that, I was thinking about just like altering the... If I had not taken damage, I would have said, okay, I'm just going to go for Crystal Saplings at this point because this is going to take forever otherwise. And take the heroes out, of course. But because I got hit, I will not alter the terms of the deal. I don't think that... I think Tamahami has, like... I don't think he has, like, way more health than the boss rush. Last Goma... If we don't get 12 Vigor, maybe an issue. We'll cross the bridge when that bridge when we come to it. Alright. Level 30 at this point is pretty good. Obviously could be better. Hayabusa. It's a lot of emblems. It's just not really the ones I want. The speed was becoming a bit of a problem. And the barrier damage increase. I might just take this. It's just too good not to. It's funny too, I've not really been able to take Peach Trees because of the priority of stuff. Tears of Blood. Gotta go for Tears of Blood here. Unfortunate. I mean, he said it was, you know, the most evil challenge that he's come up with, and I do concur with that. It's not one of those things I can just kind of run my mouth and you know, be okay. I've really got to lock in more than I have for other stuff. So the commentary is a little lacking. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Am I even close to... Yeah. I mean, I think getting his X attacks is probably worth it. I assume it is. I don't remember what they are, candidly. But I'm going to assume that they're worth it. And I'm sure no one is thinking that these hits I'm taking are intentional, because if you know anything about this game, like, as you progress, the enemy AI gets more aggressive, they attack more often. Yeah, so mission is the thing we're supposed to do here, because it increases the chance of us failing, of course. I would think it'd be really obvious too if I did get hit by accident, you know, or on purpose. It would be very obvious. This is a good one. This is going well. Bolt. Finally, we have Bolt active. Oh no. Okay, 400 enemies in 45 seconds. It's gonna be close, dude. I'm sure you've noticed that when I go through people, you know, they're not all dying. It takes me longer to kill even basic soldiers because I have no scaling. I'm at 188% attack. That's pretty brutal. For Traversal 5, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, so we're going to be greedy here. I want to apply Flame, but I think we really have to make sure that we get enough Vigor. So I'm going to keep going until I see a Vigor person, which would be Lubu and who else? Lubu Kenshin. This is a Lubu Kenshin waiting room. Thank you. Leave Lubu in by accident? No, I'm joking. I am joking. Now, free Peachtree, I will accept. That is... You know, normally I would not do that. I have to with the priority, of course, but it's going to be nice having a little extra health. So the missions are the priority. Reminding ourselves of the rubric here. KG Meta would be cool here. Because you never know which tree will be the last one you see, right? So... Apply Flame. Endure is more important. I think the Flame, like getting Flame will be great. If we manage to get Flame, I'll be very happy. But at least we have the Endure hit now. Level 33 is not bad. I've obviously been way higher, of course, at this point. Okay, Decoy Warrior is not a bad one, but it's also not great. I'm watching out for his attacks, too, because I'm sure his attacks hit really hard. Pretty sure I got through that phase without taking damage. Vermilion Bird is flame attack, 7%. Tani Machao. Like, KG gives us more speed. I might as well, like, go for it because, I mean, there's no, you know, reason not to, really. Alright. Peach Tree it is. Very humorous. Tears of Blood. It's almost like, you know, when you're playing honestly, getting hit on purpose, getting hit by accident counts as being lucky. I promise that wasn't on fear on purpose. That attack is very hard to dodge in this arena. All these bodies in the way. Raised defense, of course. Really noticing the lack of defense being an issue for this challenge also. Alright, we have reached the boss rush. We're got Tears of Blood and a Dream. We have 12 Vigor at least. We're 1 away from our X attacks here. We are 3 off from Muso attack power. That is not going to happen. 1 away from Flame could happen. Flame or Skill would be the best thing we could find from our random thing. I'm going to keep Deer Antler on for the bonus defense. 237% attack is not bad. Yeah, I honestly have no idea how this is going to go. It's probably going to be a fast forward again, to be honest. At least I got the more attack. It doesn't feel quite as bad as Tamahami. I think we did some good stuff with our attack scaling much as we could. Obviously saving my Musos for the ads because it doesn't do that much damage. The nice thing about the barriers is the you know, we have the gold, they have the gold effect, so we do have, you know, something that knocks a good amount of their barrier off. Oh.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It is just tedium. At a certain point, it is just tedium, I gotta say. I mean, I could easily die, obviously, but it's also just tedious. Oh. If I get the bolt on, that's something. Okay. Flame. Now we're talking. Part of me thinks that Bloodthirsty Warrior is going to be the hardest part of this, but I think that Unrelenting will also be very difficult. It's a very intense challenge. I'm not sure how much of this will be sped up. Probably a lot of it. I don't know why he landed all the way over there. At least I knew it wasn't going to be. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be the end. Should have gone for a Muso kill there, but it just didn't happen. What can I say? I seem to recall this corner is a really bad spot to fight him in. Only having one dodge is also not great.
Hey guys, it's me. Just wanted to chime in here for a second and say that, yeah, this one was a doozy for sure. All you're missing in this section is I'm noticing I have 2 dodges. That's the big takeaway. And yeah, I'm going to keep speeding these up because they are a lot to watch.
All right, we're halfway done. Yep, so probably going to get copyright claimed for some of that meme music, but it was worth it, I think. And I can just mute those parts of the video if that does happen. But anyway, we are still in it, and we will persevere together. I am so motivated to finish this, so I don't have to do it again. I'll tell you what. I do think, like, if I was able to, if the challenge was just, you know, take all the heroes out of your tree. You can't use any people in your tree, but you could take all the trees you wanted. I don't think this would be that hard. I would have a ton of bolts. I probably would have. I would have the, you know, I would have 12 skill for more barrier damage. You know, maybe I could have worked in the Muso power. I don't really know, but I am used to like this kind of tedium just from Traversal 6 doing it so much, but this is effectively what Traversal 6 feels like when you're first trying it. And I'm not even sure I'm going to have enough damage to get him with that much health. I might, but depends on bolt procs. The thing is, like, it's not going to get any better against Goma. Like, Goma is going to be just like this. This might be the kill. Yeah, nice. All right. Done with that. All right, I mean, I can heal at this King Cauldron, right? So Muso attacks by 30% increased damage. Is that worth it? 5% attack bonus. I just don't think it is. I don't think that that's important. I don't think that's good enough. As opposed to the, you know, I'd rather have the 20% bonus defense, or I guess 25% bonus defense from Deer Antler. So, yeah, I mean, we are gonna go in here. We're close to level 40, which is nice. We'll get a heal off of that. I do think Goma's attacks are easier to dodge than the Warriors. It's just going to take a long time. Having said that, that looks like pretty good barrier damage on Goma 1. I mean, Goma 1 is, you know, obviously nothing. I do think I have to kill all these Sin Spewers in the area when he spawns them, because they're just going to keep pelting me if I don't. That was the level up, unfortunately. I do think I've gotten much more used to his moveset, which is cool. Oh, that was so dumb. What a pointless hit. I was thinking about that, like, warrior guy that attacked me and how silly he looked. That was such a bad hit. See how this looks. I think that's more damage. I think it's faster to do this than what I was doing before. And that is what I end up doing. I end up doing that same attack, the charge 4, over and over again. It's the fastest damage available to me. I do say at one point here that there's not much to talk about, which is true. That's why I'm speeding this up. This challenge is intense, but in the way that chopping wood is intense. It's just, you know, and the pile of wood is 3 times taller than you. So anyway, you get what I'm saying. All right, we got an emblem to look at here. Okay, there's a bonus emblem here. Flame Power I'm not doing that. I'm going to do flame power. Yes, the flame, upgrading the flame power, which increases our flame damage from, I think, 22 to 37. But then True Form Goma halves that damage again because he has resistance. Yeah, all I'm saying here is that this reminds me of Traversal 6. You know, you just have to accept that you're in this fight for 25 minutes or so. So, as I said, chopping wood, washing dishes, that sort of thing. But it is a challenge, and we do accept challenges around these parts. All right, I'm about to kill him. You can watch that. I do think I'm going to level up when he dies. I think I'm close enough. This may not be the most damage, but I think it is. I think he recovers the quickest from that. Alright. True form of Goma. We have basically full health. I'm gonna be real with you guys. You know, I'm trying to make entertaining content for you all, and I just don't know if this Goma fight. I know it's not. That's why I'm. That's why we're here. He does not. I do not get close. You know, really to failing. I never go to red health. My health stays blue the whole time. I'm not proud of my commentary during this. I mean, it is what it is. As I said, you know. It doesn't feel challenging, and I don't feel like I'm making a dent in his health pretty much the entire time. You know, I talk about similar things that I've said before with this fight. You know, when it takes long, that you know all the damage is sticking. You're going to get him eventually. It's just a matter of attrition. And you know, the big takeaway that I'll get into again, I think, at the end of this video is that the problem with this challenge is that if you make it to the boss rush, now you're stuck. You know, you're stuck in this situation, and it's doable if you have, you know, I guess the game knowledge to dodge the attacks and the patience, or whatever this is that lets me sit here and do this. But all that being said, other revelations I had were that the Ryu Hayabusa pick was great because he gave me the 2 speed, that gave me the extra evasion. And, you know, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler that I'm doing it this way and just cutting it at the end, but this fight is not worth you guys watching. I don't think it's not entertaining enough. So I wanted to do it this way. You know, let me know in the comments what you think of it, but this, I think, is for the best. All right, guys, we're getting into it here. I'll show you the end of the fight so you can see my, as always, animated pop-off. I know you're thinking that the Muso attack is going to be a guarantee on this one. I really don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Let's just rip it, just in case. Last frame. Last frame, I'm pretty sure. That was crazy. All right, a grueling battle. I should say so, dude. Wow. 54,000 karma embers. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's look at these end stats here. 1 hour and 30 minutes. 58,000 karma embers. 12 vigor. Look at those heroes acquired. Pretty small. Only 1 row needed for them. Yeah, symbol damage 0. I gotta say, like, you know, definitely one of the more difficult challenges, but also one of the more tedious ones I've done. You know, it's just the kind, like I said earlier, you know, it's like if you do happen to not die and you end up in the boss rush and you're able to dodge the attacks and just keep fighting, you're in for it. You're in for a long battle. So I definitely sped up a lot of that in there. So I mean, we cleared the challenge. It was very difficult, and that was with getting sword too. I got sword first thing, and the cherry blossom armor for defense. I got really good treasures, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's that one. I mean, post a challenge down below. Just remember, you know, with the challenges, we gotta show people this and, you know, make it cool, fun to watch, I guess. Not that this isn't fun to watch in some way for being very difficult, but something to keep in mind. But yeah, I would love to hear from you. Any challenges and characters you want to see, comment down below. Like the video if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you've not already. We got a ton of challenges like this. Not like this exactly, a little bit more dynamic potentially, you know, but hey, we got this one done, and I will not be doing it again. So that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.